Local sports from KYMA News 11.
Welcome back, everyone. In honor of this weekend's Super Bowl 55 event, we at News 11 Sports gathered an all-star prep football coaches panel to get their perspective on Sunday's big game. Here's an excerpt of that conversation. Defensively, who on either side is really going to need to step up their game in this one to be a big impact in Super Bowl 55?
To me, it's going to have to be Tampa Bay's defense. They're going to have to go ahead and control the big plays. They're going to have to make tackles in the open field, and they got to make sure they don't allow Kansas City with those big plays and making sure there's no breakdown in coverage.
I think the two guys that I come to mind when I hear that is Jason Pierre-Paul and Ndamukong Suh. If they can get pressure with 4, that's going to be a big advantage. If they have to start bringing 5 and 6 every down to get Mahomes off his spot, maybe a long day.
In general, is Tampa Bay going to have their 2 safeties playing because they're questionable? And will Antonio Brown play and give them a deep threat every once in a while? I mean, I know they've got other guys, but still. And then on the Kansas City side, are they going to have a couple of those offensive linemen that are questionable? One's questionable and one's in COVID quarantine right now as well. So I think that also is a big factor, is who actually suits up and is healthy and ready to go.
If those front 4 get out of their rush lanes, and coaches talk about it all the time, if you're not disciplined, you don't play those angles. Mahomes is just so elusive. He's such a good athlete, and he throws from all angles. He's such a good athlete, and you think you got him, and the guy's twisting around, and then here comes Mahomes out there, and he's just putting on a clinic.
Now, if you'd like to check out the rest of this interview with our prep coaches panel, you can log on to our website, kyma.com. Just go to the sports section. All right, we move on to collegiate softball, where the AWC Lady Matadors came out firing on all cylinders in the Great Western Shootout, going unbeaten in the tournament going into day number 2. So we take you out to the early game at the Pacific Avenue Athletic Complex as A-Dub would do battle against Colorado Northwestern. Top of the first, Mackenzie Gray delivers a wild pitch, and giving up that run would put the Lady Mats into an early 2-run hole. But Gray would settle down and force a grounder to third, and this is going to get her team out of the top half. But the Lady Mats would not panic in the slightest. With 2 runners on base in the bottom half, Jocelyn Hernandez chips a base hit past second, scoring both Christina Robles and Alyssa Darby, tying the ball game with just 1 swing of the bat. But A-Dub wouldn't stop there. Hernandez attempts to steal second, but an errant throw would get her access to third. And then watch this, another bad toss would give her the green light to head on to home plate. This would be AWC's first lead of the afternoon. They wouldn't look back from there, notching the 12-4 win. We go to the primetime game as AWC would square off against Utah State Eastern with Cibola Lady Raiders legend Kelly Catalbus on the hill. And she would dominate much of the night, getting a duo of strikeouts in the bottom of the third, helping protect the Lady Mats' early 2-0 edge. We go to the top of the fourth. Angela Oros would make a little bit of noise. She's going to slap a walk-off base hit. Good form there, just to get things started in this inning. So we go to the very next batter. Off the sacrificial bunt attempt by Nielze Salazar. She would move Oros over to second base, but Oros, once more, she got a little greedy and she actually got away with it, taking third. Unfortunately, she would remain stranded to end the top half. This one would be a squeaker, but Catalbus and company would find a way to close it out, taking the 3-2 victory to keep A-Dub unbeaten in the Great Western Shootout with 2 more games left to play on Saturday. All right, in prep girls basketball, we head out to Yuma Catholic, where Coach Bobby McGalliard and the Shamrocks playing host to Wickenburg. We pick it up in the first quarter. Reese Sellers finds Hannah Swarthout on the baseline, and she cashes in with a jumper to get YC on the board. A few plays later, Swarthout would fight for the offensive board. Give it up to Rory Martinez, who delivers a close-range shot, and she was just getting warmed up. Later in the first, Martinez, leading the fast break, decides to call her own number and delivers another bucket from close range. It would be close, but later on, the Rocks would pull away, getting the 15-point victory. And in the later game, Coach Brett Felsenthal and the boys team would get their shot at the Wranglers. We're going to pick this thing up in the first quarter. Amin Hines starts a passing chain that gets inside to Adrian Perez, who delivers from underneath, and his impact on this game is only just beginning. Perez is going to start a perimeter passing sequence that comes back to him full circle, and he lights it up from downtown. And the Perez highlight would continue. This time around, he's going to get the call getting the rock down below and dropping another layup. Perez would lead the Rocks with 17 points and 8 boards. YC gets the home sweep of Wickenburg. The boys win this one by 11. Some final notes to pass along. Cibola basketball sweeps Kofa, while Gila Ridge gets mixed results against Kellis, with the boys squeaking it out in a close win while the girls took the tough loss. We're done with this Megalopolis round of sports. April, we'll send it back your way.